And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, to another Victory Wednesday, as it were. The Eagles are officially kings of the North.
Yeah, we're 3-0 against the North.
Yeah, it looks like our alliance with the Chicago Bears has proved pretty fruitful.
It really has. You've seen the memes going around,
Of
the
course.
Bloods in the Cribs.
Well, I mean, listen, we are 3-0 against the other NFC North, and the Bears are 3-0 against the other NFC East opponents. Now, obviously, we play them in, week and a half, almost,
Yeah.
well, right after Thanksgiving, obviously Black Friday. But yeah, so, again, we set out to do a couple things and we did it.
Yeah, what strange bedfellows we had with the Chicago Bears. But now that alliance will be thrown to the side.
Absolutely.
Before that, we had the small matter of a trip to Dallas, and it's
Sure.
also a Kelly Green week.
This is the first away game of the Kelly Green since they brought it back.
I wish they were doing the white ones for this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, would I love to get a white Kelly Green look? Absolutely. Sign me up. I'm not a big fan of white jerseys.
Not me neither.
Because again, you're tailgating, you're doing other things. So many variables to ruin a good jersey.
Yes.
Whereas you spill something on a black jersey, you're good.
Put a little stain your remover on there, and you should be good. Yeah.
Exactly. Get it dry cleaned, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I massive collection.
Mhm.
I think maybe I have like maybe four.
Yeah, I think I have 4 or 5. Yeah.
But I mean that's not. I mean that's not as. I mean I have 103 jerseys. Like 4%. That's like 4%.
Yeah.
That's like for you. That's what. That's like 15, 20%.
Come on now. I have a few more jerseys than that.
Oh, how many jerseys did you got?
Probably around 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. How many Eagles jerseys do you have?
Yeah, no, football jerseys that I have currently in my closet, my football jerseys is probably about 50.
And they're all
50
Eagles.
Eagles. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, my Mike Allstott, trying to think, they're not that, I don't even have them in my closet. They're at my parents' house. I got them so long ago, they don't fit. And I'm not bothering holding on to them.
You should sell them on eBay for a good amount of money.
I should.
So wait, really? I didn't.
I mean, especially that Allstott jersey's been maybe worn 5 times.
Yeah. So I gotta admit, I didn't think you were that high in the Eagle jersey.
I've been under the radar putting together a nice little.
I feel like for like the last couple of years, you've probably been going neck and neck with me.
Yeah, 3 or 4 every
When
year.
I get
Yeah.
jerseys, we're obviously in
Yeah.
for jerseys. I get that. Wow.
And sometime after Christmas, because typically from Halloween until after Christmas, I could maybe get something, but if I do, I get the death stare from my wife. Why are you buying yourself something during Christmas shopping season?
Right.
And
Understand.
but right after Christmas, the day after Christmas, we'll probably be sitting at her brother's house.
Let's go.
We'll be sitting at her brother's house after we've all opened presents and stuff, and I'll be on DH Gate or something like that. Be like, okay, I'm allowed to get jerseys now, right?
That's good. Well, I was going to say you have to get your list together.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I decided I wanted to do it a little differently than you, whereas you wanted to get a jersey number for every number. I just I want to focus on jersey worthy guys. And if somebody comes along that has a number that's not in the realm, then I would get that one. But I don't want to get a number 35 just for the sake of getting a 35. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's hurtful to Boston Scott.
Agreed. At his peak, Boston Scott was what, a third down back? I mean,
Giant killer.
well, yeah, sure. I would look, I would definitely get a Boston Scott jersey and just wear it twice a year against the Giants.
That sounds pretty Jersey worthy to me.
All right. You might have sold me on a Boston Scott jersey.
You're too easy. I love it.
I know, right?
Well, I was gonna say I have to send you my updated list because yeah, you should like the way I have it set up and
But like, I want to start with like the Hall of Fame guys, like
sure,
and
yeah,
like the Eagles
absolutely.
Hall of Fame. Like, yeah,
The next jersey that I am getting in my on my list, I've decided will complete all of the retired Eagles numbers.
okay.
I am only missing one.
Was that Wissert?
Worcester, yeah.
Yeah,
So, which helps. And then I think I'm gonna get Calvin Williams,
which I have one. Yep.
which yes, and I have been like that's one of those jerseys where I feel like I could eventually find one on like online, eBay, whatever.
Yeah.
I just haven't. Like same with Keith Byers. Like that's another one I would have thought I would have
Hmm.
been able to find by now.
That was kind of my hold up with getting a Seth Joyner. And finally, when we were over at in Jersey and I saw it there, and I was just like, you know what? Like, screw trying to look around to get
Yeah.
something cheaper. I'm
I'd
just
much
gonna buy it now.
rather,
Yeah.
I'd much rather find
Hmm.
you know, something in the wild and get like an actual jersey from back in the day. And yeah, obviously I want to make sure I get everything, in my size. So that certainly, narrows things down. But yeah, it's tough. Sometimes you'd think you'd be able to find a number and sometimes it's just
Right.
not out there. So oh well.
Hmm.
Anyway, enough well, maybe not enough because I'm sure we'll eventually full circle.
We'll steer back into it. Yeah.
But real quick, let's go over the Detroit Lions game. Offense is still looking pretty bad. Defense
Yeah.
is I think now in full swing in playoff Super Bowl contending mode,
100%. Yeah. This defense is ready
firing
to
on all
go.
cylinders. And
Yeah.
I want you to give me the top three players. Oh, who are the top three players? Are the reason why the defense has made this jump over the last couple of games.
Okay. Well, two of them are going to
No
be
wrong
right up
answers.
front.
No wrong answers.
Yeah, two of them are going to be right up front in that pass rush, and that is the addition of Jalen Phillips and the return of Nolan Smith.
Okay.
So, and I think even though Nolan Smith hasn't shown up a ton on the stat sheet, he has, I think, helped generate a lot more of the passer. And number three, the Quinyon Mitchell has freaking stepped the hell up, and he is like he's a lockdown All Pro corner.
Wow. Okay. I gotta admit, my three, I only share one.
Phillips, right?
Phillips. Absolutely. Complete. See, what he does, I think, is he, again, allows for a more fluid rotation of the edge. But he also, I feel like he allows the interior guys to really get after it and maximize their
And I
abilities.
didn't even mention the two guys in the interior
Yeah.
who played incredible. I
Right.
mean, Jordan Davis should have been mentioned among my three as well.
He won
Yeah.
defense. He was defensive player of the week.
Yeah.
I thought I read he's the only Philadelphia Eagle to ever win Defensive Player of the Week and Special Teams Player of the Week in one season. Yeah. So yes, definitely Jalen Phillips. Number two, and most importantly, in my opinion, is the return of Nakobe Dean. He has been absolutely instrumental. When he came back, it took him a little bit, but man, he is ramped up, ready to go. This this run defense is absolutely stellar right now. I mean, they made Jahmyr Gibbs look average. Now, obviously, he got his stuff going.
He got loose in the
Game.
passing game.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, but as far as the run, they were all over it. And, this next one's gonna probably shock a lot of people. And I think he's had, two pretty good games. One, the last game against the Lions played absolutely lights out, and that's Doherty Jackson. I
Yeah.
think
He had himself a nice ball game
when you
on
think
Sunday night.
about
Yes.
of the just the amount of crap that Adoree and whomever has been CB2
Yeah.
It's been pretty bad. And I think over the last 2 games, they've had, obviously Green Bay a little bit easier of an assignment, but with Detroit,
Well, that was not an easy assignment.
the fact that they have Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams and outside of maybe 3 plays, the touchdown by Williams and, the 2, kinda 25 plus yard receptions by Amon-Ra, although I don't know if any of them were direct. There we go. I did mute it
Alright.
in time. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I muted it this time. Anyway, yeah, he played great.
Yes, I would agree with that.
I think all I think we've ever really needed them and hit, that CB2 spot to do is just play well enough.
Mhm.
And not to do enough to where you're not having to, put a safety over top or, have to kind of, maybe make,
Yeah, you're not trying to alter your defense to make up for anything that they're lacking.
right.
Yeah.
So, I think over the last 2 games, he's really done that. He's come out of the bye really, really well, and like I said, last game against the Lions, he's been unbelievable. So, again, if they could continue this, again, they got another, good offense, they're going up against in the Cowboys, CD, George Pickens, 2 really good guys. So, yeah, I think this defense, listen, I don't care if the defense is the one dragging them to the Super Bowl.
I could care less.
Right. I mean, yeah, is, scoring 50 points sexy? Sure. But a win is a win is a win is a win.
But we're 8-2, and we're the number 1 seed in the NFC as of right now, and if your defense is playing this lights out and
Yeah,
your offense is
you would
just
hope
doing enough,
well, and that's the
I'm
thing.
fine.
There's still time for this offense to kinda get it going because you have the dogs, and you just gotta figure out the right combination to get them working.
You think this Sunday is a good get-right spot for them?
And potentially,
Right.
again, this is gonna be tough because Dallas certainly upped their rush defense with the additions of Quinnen Williams and obviously Kenny Clark. And, yeah, I just think it's gonna be a test because I think their defense is definitely playing better for sure.
Sure, and they're playing inspired right now, especially after what happened, which, a terrible tragedy there with the Cowboys.
Yeah, keep going. I gotta, hold on. You just keep talking.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're playing inspired football right now, and look, as easy it is to rib on the Cowboys, and it was a terrible thing that happened with that young man, committing suicide. Like, and that's all. They're trying to rally together to play for him. And look, I would just say, that's admirable. So this could be a real tough spot on Sunday for the Birds. This offense has got to get right. Like, I mean, you can't let a team like the Cowboys this Sunday stay in it the way, like, if your defense is playing as well as they played the last 2 games, you cannot let them stay in it because your offense is stagnant again.
Yeah, agreed. And, yeah, no, again, it's certainly, I know a lot of people talk about, "Oh, well, it's not sustainable," but yet they've been doing it. So, like, who really cares? But yeah, I mean, again, it's not necessarily the blueprint I think that everybody thinks of when they think of the Philadelphia Eagles and successes last year, but, you gotta remember at this point last year, the offense wasn't necessarily humming.
No.
They were inconsistent at best. And, again, it wasn't until, honestly, it wasn't really until kinda, end of the year and outside the Rams game that, for the playoffs, they were really on fire. So we remember the last 2 games, scoring, almost 100 points.
Sure.
So, again, it's hard to kind of your brain to turn that off and be like, "Oh, what the hell? Why are they scoring 15 points? That's just silly," But it kind of just is what it is this year.
Look, and this is kinda like Jalen is always that type of quarterback who he takes what the defense gives him. If the defense is giving him, light boxes and letting the offense run, then he's gonna hand the ball off to Saquon. He's gonna run the designed runs, which my God, if Chris Collinsworth mentions one more goddamn time about the need to have Jalen Hurts in designed run plays, I was gonna reach through the screen and rip his throat out.
Yeah,
I get it,
I don't.
bro. You bet the Jalen over in rush yards. I get it. Like, God, shut up about it.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I was not at the game in person. I was still am a little bit under the weather,
Right.
and just knew that I wasn't going to be able to handle a full day of out.
With the debauchery that we get into,
Right? Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, even if I was just chilling,
right.
still, I would just been bored and
You'd have been miserable.
miserable, right? So I stayed home, and that was one of the major drawbacks. Obviously, I was able to watch the game in bed, and that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, listening to Collinsworth, like, I love how on the first, like that one play where Steen taps that guy's hand to get it out of the way, and then they called it the penalty on him.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Collinsworth was just like, "Oh, well, whatever. I've never seen that before. That's funny, blah, blah, blah." And then at the end of the game, it's like, "Oh my God, what a terrible call. Like, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen anything like that." Like,
Yeah, I know, it sucks. It sucks when a bad call decides game. I'd hate to see what would happen if something like that happened in the Super Bowl.
yeah, right.
Mhm.
I mean, listen,
And look, it was a bad
it
call.
wasn't a
I'll own that.
great
That was a
call,
terrible call. Yeah.
but we were winning regardless.
Yeah, Goff hadn't done squat all day.
It was absolutely scrambling. So,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I wasn't necessarily worried about it, but yeah, listen, a win is a win against a really good team, a high powered, the Lions were
An elite offense.
the
Yes.
best offense, so to as far as anybody else is concerned,
Mhm.
and we shut them down. So
And can you just tell, like, this defense, especially the last 2 weeks, they're playing with such confidence. Like, when they're, like, going into Green Bay with as cold as it was there and hearing the guys, especially even the guys, like, from Georgia being like, "Man, we don't care about your stupid cold. Like, bring it on."
yeah,
Like, they're playing loose, they're playing confident, they're having fun.
yeah. I mean, the fact that you hold a Detroit Lions team who again I've scored 52 points, 38, 34, 37, 44. Like,
Yeah, they're averaging about 40 points a game, and
yeah. So their first game, they lost 27-13. And then they lost to the Chiefs 30-17. But outside of that, those were the two lowest scoring games they had previously. And we got them to 9. I'd say that's something pretty impressive considering, they just put up 44 points the week prior.
yeah, I would agree with you. That was a tremendous effort by this defense. I mean, as concerned as we are about the offense, and we have every right to be,
Sure.
I think you gotta I wanna focus on the positive, I know you do too. This defense is just played like you said, they are championship caliber of this defense.
Yeah. I really do believe so. And again, I think they're just kind of still figuring out a few things and that's only going to help them down the line. So I think again, when you talk about the offense, a lot of it is predicated on the health of the offensive line. And we lose Lane Johnson for, I would assume, at least 6 weeks. I know they
Yeah,
came out and said 4 to 6, but they still need to get X-rays. There's still a lot of swelling. Normally, it's about a 6 to 8 week process.
yeah.
Now, obviously, getting the number 1 seed would be humongous because
Mhm.
that could give an extra, week.
An extra week to yeah, because to me, this is just you probably are looking at no Lane Johnson to the playoffs. I
Yeah, I
mean,
would
that's
assume so.
yeah,
At best, I would say that that last game. And
right.
would you even play him at that point? I don't know. Just
Like you said, if you have the 1 seed, then obviously you're not.
you would assume no, but yeah. So then, I think, and I hate to say this, but I think when you give Brett Toth the full week to practice as the starting
Mhm.
center, he's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. He's fine at center when he like you said, when he has a full week. When he's thrown in
When he's
there,
thrown in
he's
there, yeah,
not
he's not great.
not effective. Yeah.
And again, hopefully that could be the same for Fred, and hope that the first name 4 letters, last name Johnson still applies.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you gotta hope for. And look, I like Fred Johnson. I think he's a nice rotational
But
tackle. I think he
think about where
yeah.
we'd be if we didn't make that trade.
Ooh.
Who
Who would be out there right now?
trying to think of like who officially is listed.
Right, like, who would have been the other tackle?
I guess it would have been, geez, I don't even know. Matt Pryor, maybe?
Right. God,
I don't know. Yeah,
that's not comforting. Yeah.
honestly, I have no idea who's on the practice squad. Let me see. Nope. Yeah, no, they have Luke Felix Fulalalu. They have Holland.
Fualalu? Yeah,
Yeah, they have
yeah,
Holland Pierce, the rookie, is they officially have listed as a guard, but he's a massive human being. I feel like he
yeah.
could do it, but yeah,
Yeah, I feel like if you had to, you'd put him out at tackle, but yeah. I mean, and that's how big that trade was. Yeah.
honestly, think about this. The 3 trades. Obviously Jalen Phillips right now working, Fred Johnson working, and you have to say now Tank Bigsby working.
Yeah.
Now that you've found his role in the number 2 spot and away from returning kicks,
Right.
again, he's been very effective as a change of pace guy. Very effective.
He has, and I mean, look, when he's come in a lot of time, like, especially against Detroit, they started playing 2 high safeties and played with a light box as soon as they saw Bigsby come in, and so it was like, "Alright, we'll run the ball with Bigsby and get 7, 8 yards a pop."
Right. Yeah. So, well, anyway, Dallas, Sunday afternoon. It's 4:25
Yeah,
game.
4:25 game, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you see it right now, Eagles offense versus the Dallas defense. Usually I say what's one, thing you're looking forward to, but I'll say what's one thing that you're a little concerned heading into this game.
I am concerned about their defensive line matched up against the injuries on our offensive line. I wanna see if Toth and Fred Johnson can play well. I mean, and that also means now Mailata's gotta hold up. He's gotta be
He had
he's gotta be that veteran tackle.
he had his best game last week.
Yeah, agreed, he did.
So hopefully he can build on that. You're right.
Yeah,
Because again, if him and Dickerson can kinda be themselves and do them,
yeah. They've gotta carry that offensive line.
agreed. So yeah, no, I think that's right. All right, flipping it over. Eagles defense versus the Cowboys offense. What's one thing that concerns you?
I would still say hopefully Adoree Jackson can build off of his last couple starts, but I would still say,
Yeah,
Pickens
I think there's
against him.
more
Yeah,
bad than there has been good.
right.
The good's been lately.
So I'd still look at that George Pickens against Adoree Jackson type
Yeah,
matchup.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Pickens, last game played amazing, but then again, the Raiders' defense is pretty ass. So
Yeah, they're not good.
no, they're not good at all. In fact, I don't even know what the Raiders kind of have going for them outside of like, they have a nice young running back, they have a nice young tight end,
Yeah.
but he gets injured quite a bit, and honestly, Gentry's kind of not been as
Yeah, well,
everybody's.
I mean, it's been tough. They still don't really have much of an offensive line there to protect
That's
them.
for sure. They do have, they have Jackson Powers Johnson, but I think he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, they have a tight end and a running back. no offensive line, no quarterback, no wide receivers because they just traded away the dude.
Yeah.
And then outside of Max Crosby,
Right.
they have a bunch of washed up randos. Like, they have Jamal Adams playing linebacker. They have our throwaway Devin White playing linebacker. Eric Stokes playing linebacker. Or no, playing corner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jeremy Chin playing nickel. I mean, it's there's not a lot of good stuff. So
No, they're having a rough time, and that's why the Cowboys were able to get some against them.
yeah,
And look, the Cowboys aren't gonna have that kind of success on offense as they did against the Raiders against us. And again, this has gotta be for this, like, Jalen, and I don't know what the hell's going on with AJ Brown, and I don't know how much to believe from what you hear. Yeah. The only thing I believe is that there was a conversation between AJ Brown.
oh sure. And again, it basically ended with, hey, do you want me to apologize? And Lori said, no need. You're good.
Yeah, as long as it stops, then there's no need to apologize.
I think honestly, I think he's just trolling, and I think the Philly
Yeah,
media and Diana Rossini are so damn desperate
yeah.
for drama and for being the one to.
I almost feel like it's probably a joke in the locker room.
It
Like,
has to.
like I feel like they're just laughing about it.
Like, listen, is there a hint of truth to it? Absolutely. Like, he has to
Sure,
be
he's
frustrated.
frustrated, he wants
Sure.
the ball,
Yeah.
and I want him to want the ball.
Yeah, that's every wide receiver. You want that. You want them to have
Yes,
that attitude. Give me the damn ball. I know I can change the game. Give me the damn ball.
right. And look, and I don't want the Eagles to start force feeding it to AJ Brown, and they haven't
They did a
been.
little bit.
They did a little, sure, but, like, overall, I'd say the theme has been, "Hey, look, when you're actually open, we'll get you the ball."
Yeah. Yeah, I agreed. So, and then the whole thing with Derek Gunn,
Yeah.
with people inside the organization, which to me means more than just players,
Mhm.
frustrated or growing frustrated with Jalen and his approach, and this, that, and the other. Well, first of all, his approach is.
I don't see how you can be frustrated by his approach, like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, but like I guess meaning like his conservative approach of not turning the ball over. But that comes from Nick. That's the offense they want to run. They
Yeah.
want to be. Say, did you know over the last 42 games when the Eagles guess what their record is when they win the turnover battle?
It's gotta be, like, what, 41-1? Like,
40-2.
40 and yeah, I mean, because like, that's just they are when the Eagles are at their best, they're playing smart football,
Yeah,
and they're not turning the ball
yeah.
like, I mean, talk about a team that just encapsulates everything. How many times have you guys heard me say this on the in fact, at this point, I feel like it should be a drinking game for the show. Games are lost more than they're won. And this team doesn't beat themselves. They don't lose the game for themselves. Teams might look every now and then because you're playing like this is a competitive atmosphere. You're playing against other elite athletes. Sometimes you're going to get beat. But if you're not beating yourself, you're going to have a chance in every
Having a
game.
much better chance of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, agreed. So yeah, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. And honestly, I was on Birds of the Round Table last night, and we were discussing this, and it was just me and David, and David's been in that locker room. He's been in there for the Metro and some other organizations
Nice.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I posed the question. I was like, and I know what type of person he is, but as a journalist, as a reporter, when you get a story or find a story or whatever,
Yeah.
I would assume, or maybe not, but I would assume that what goes through your head is, listen, this is a bad story. Like, it's
Hmm.
bad for this team. Now, am I just going to put this out there because this is my job and I'm just here to report no matter what? Or, is this the type of story that maybe because I report it, it that becomes the story. I become the story. And, do I am I a detriment to this team because I put out this story?
Right.
Now
Right.
this Derek Gunn situation.
Mhm.
This is a classic case of maybe report this in March.
Right. Like, "Hey,
You
during the
could
season, this issue went."
you could
Yeah.
look back and be like,
Yeah.
well, in early November, there was, I was about to put out a story about the growing frustrations of Jalen Hurts and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, and they were able to overcome it and still win the Super Bowl. Or, it
Or maybe that
it
ultimately led to them
internally
falling
it
short.
imploded the
Yeah,
team, like,
yeah.
whatever. But then you could still report that information and that story, and it doesn't hurt the team at the time.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and he said, "Without a doubt, I have been privy to certain information that I have not said because I knew it was extremely negative and that wasn't what I was going to do." And I was like, "Well, then you're exactly the same type of person I am." Because
Yeah, I feel like I would be the same way. Yeah, I mean, in fact, I do think that would be something that I would say, "Okay, I can sit on this story and I can release it in March."
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. After the season, in the off season,
yeah.
maybe wait until something slightly relevant comes up and then boom, blah, blah, blah.
Like, if there's any kind of conversation
Right.
about, "Hey, are they gonna move on from AJ Brown?" And you can say, "Well, there's also this story of things that happened during the season." Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right. So, Cowboys. We keep going off on our tangents here, but
No, we really
we
do.
do. Give me a score prediction. Give me an MVP for the game.
I'll say 30 to 17, and I think
30.
yes, I think we put up 30.
Okay.
I think the offense gets off a little bit.
I like
You
it.
know, I kept saying, like, "Hey," like, I was trying to drop hints that this was gonna be kind of my prediction because I said, "Hey, could this be a get right game for this offense? Could this."
I hope
And
it
look,
is. I hope
hey,
it is.
so far, and I know it's a small sample size, Eagles undefeated in Kelly Greens.
That they are. That they are. I'm hoping that stays true.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, my MVP was Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Dallas Goddard as my MVP, and I'm gonna go with. I think last night I said 20 to 16.
Ooh, so
Milwaukee.
a tight one. Okay.
I think again it may be like a score late, but I think the Eagles' defense holds true. They score enough to do what they need to do. We feel a little bit better about the offense, not much, but we also feel really good about this defense again. So there you go.
All right. Well, there we have it. So we both have the Eagles with a win. Mine a little more comfortable.
Like as if any of us were going to call for a
I know.
Cowboy victory.
And hey, both of us have the Eagles covering. So that's another good note for all our gambling friends out there.
You have a problem, sir. I know you do. Well, that's good. All right, so let's get back to jerseys.
Yeah. Let's come on back to the important stuff.
Yeah, I am constantly on the shirt. In fact, I have eBay
Hmm.
search emails set up for blah 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 jersey.
Hmm.
Eagles jersey, blah blah blah. Eagles jersey. This guy, that guy,
Hmm.
and anytime there's a new hit, I'll get an email about it. Sadly, I don't get many of them because they're for the most obscure people.
Well, yeah.
I literally have one for of all the jerseys the numbers that I need left, of those that I'm like, oh, I definitely want that guy. So again, I have maybe 25 numbers left, and it's probably even less than that. So
Hmm.
like, I would say there's like half of that are guys that I'm like, I definitely would want a jersey for them, like John Dorenbos or Herm Edwards for 46.
Sure.
I have
Yeah.
I have an alert for both.
Hmm.
Von Hebron, Calvin Williams, as I said. I had one for William Fuller before I went and got him. One that angers me is that I can't find a Keith Byers one. I literally just
Yeah.
I literally just met the dude 2 weeks ago. I would have loved to have been rocking a Keith
Yeah.
jersey. That would have been cool.
But you gotta be like, "Keith, where can I get one of your
I
jerseys?"
know, that's basically what I was gonna ask him. Anything that's out there or, like, signed jersey and that's, like, $200. I'm like, "Well, I don't" again, I'm not like an autograph guy.
Nah, me neither.
If it's there, if I can get it for free or whatever, that's great, but I'm not paying for and also it's most of them are usually like an unofficial jersey, so, like, no eagle like, it's a green jersey. It is everything but, the eagle
The
patch.
Eagles emblem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, so it's like, well, I don't want that either.
No.
And, yeah, it's frustrating, for sure. So I check Facebook Marketplace, I check eBay, I even check Craigslist, even though I don't know how many people still use Craigslist, but
Yeah, I haven't been on Craigslist in a long
right?
time.
Right? So, yeah, it's tough out here hounding constantly.
Yeah.
Um, but, yeah, I think I'm almost at 80%. Yeah. So I'm getting there. I'm like, I think maybe 79%, I wanna say, maybe 21 numbers left. Yeah, it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
you're
mean,
getting there.
I have 0 through 36. I have 99 all the way down well, outside of Calvin Williams, I have 99 all the way down to 77. Uh,
Oh, wow. Well, you have a 77, you have Madden, yeah.
right, that's what I'm saying too.
Okay, yeah, you don't have
So
76, I got it,
76
yeah.
to, 37 are numbers that I don't have, and I have most of them, but,
Right, right.
once I get my, Calvin Williams, which I think I wanna do Worcester at 70,
Yeah.
Calvin at 89 for my next kind of 2, but, um, yeah, but then, like, again, the beauty of it all is once I get my 0 to 99, that it doesn't stop.
Yeah, you just get then whoever you want
Right,
to get.
and that yeah, exactly, now I can just address some certain awful numbers that I have, like number
Right.
3, number 18, number 19,
Which I'm so glad, like, when you were in that, like, wanting to get each number and, like, I mean, for a while, you were trying to get them, like, you were trying to go, like, "Okay, I got a 1, I gotta go get my 2, I gotta go get a 3."
yeah.
And I waited and just kinda cherry picked, "Okay, I know I want this one, I know I want that one," and then, like, Nolan Smith came out and he got number 3, and I was like, "Sweet, I'm getting that
That's
one."
one absolutely, I went out and got
Yeah,
Mark Sanchez, well, granted, I kinda spent, like, $20 on the jersey
for
from
sure.
eBay, but, like, yeah, obviously, um, Nolan Smith is on the list.
Mhm.
And it's one that I weigh, about just getting now because, again, I like him. Same with, like, Jalen Car I don't have a Jalen Carter. He's probably the next number that I actually have that I would just get,
Right.
because obviously I have Carter Borwin, but, uh,
That's right, I have both of those. I have Connor Barwin and Jalen Carter.
there you go.
Yeah.
And, again, I think a lot of the times what happens is when we go to Jersey for jerseys, I like to pick up one and put an order in for 2. A lot of the times I don't always get to pick up one because, there's nothing good in my size. And also I've pretty much run out of, people to get live on the team.
Yeah, like, the important one, like, you already have a Smitty, you already have an AJ
I
Brown, you
have a
already have a
couple of
J
Smitties.
yeah.
I only have one AJ Brown technically, which
Yeah, I only
the granted number 11 is the one I have the most at, sadly.
yeah,
I have way
I know, I have
Carson
2
Wentz.
Carson
Oh,
Wentz
I
jerseys.
think I think I have 4.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the midnight green and I have, like, the gray one, which I also have a
Yeah,
gray
I have
one
the
for
gray one.
Slay.
I have
Yeah.
the gray one. Is it the stretchy one, or is it
It's
the
not
real
really a
one?
stretchy one, but
It's not a real
yeah.
one?
No, no, I got it off of, like,
Okay, I
DHgate.
got,
Yeah,
like, the real, like,
yeah,
Fanatics one, whatever.
yeah.
It's real nice, actually. It's, like, stretchy, it's whatever.
I know, like, I forget where I was just, like I just thought it looked really cool, and, like, I forget what I was doing, I was just like, "Oh, I wanna wear, a jersey," but it didn't necessarily need to be, like, one of the ones I would wear out, like so I was just like, "Oh, I'll wear this gray Carson Wentz." And this is when Wentz was still on the team, but he was struggling in, 2020, and I was like, "Alright, yeah," like, I forget where I was going, I was just like, "Yeah, I'll wear this." And someone, of course, had to give me shit about, "Oh, Carson Wentz stinks," and you remember anybody who listens to any of these shows back in 2020 knows I was the last one on the Wentz wagon.
You were. You absolutely were. Um, yeah, in fact, I think I actually have 2 Carson Wentz Midnight Greens, and
Oh, wow.
I think that's I can't remember why. I wanna say that either somebody got one for me or, like, I found one on, like, a discount, and I was just like, "Whatever," like, "I'll grab it."
Yeah. Because you figured, "Oh, he's gonna be our quarterback for the next 10 years." Like, I'll wear one out, and then I'll start wearing this one.
Yeah, man. Boy, was I wrong, but, uh,
Instead, now I have 2 Jalen Hurts jerseys, a green one and a black
well,
one,
I
and
have a
yeah.
Kelly Green Jalen, I have a black, and then I also have the number 2 Jalen.
Right. Which I had a question for you as far as my jersey selection for this week, because I wanted to wear a Kelly Green.
Obviously, you have to.
Yeah.
It's
And
required by law.
absolutely. And I also wanted to so you know how like a couple of years ago I'd like to wear jerseys that correlated against an opponent.
Sure.
And so like when we played the Tennessee
Wait,
Titans, I had a John Runyon jersey
oh, wait
and
a
I was
minute, wait
gonna
a minute.
wear I wore the Runyon against the Titans.
Okay, hold on. I see
Yeah.
where you're going.
Uh-huh.
Now, granted, I do not know your jersey list, but I'm trying
So basically I had 2 jerseys that I want to wear over the next 2 weeks. It's just a matter of which I want to wear when.
over the next 2 weeks.
Well, over the next 2 games, like this Sunday against Dallas at
So there's
Lars.
one for Dallas, there's one for the Bears.
Right.
Okay, so the only one I'm thinking Dallas is I guess it could be. Is it a running back?
Could I could because I don't think I've worn the Kelly Green Saquon yet. That wasn't actually the one I was leaning
Oh, that's
towards.
right, it has to be a Kelly Green.
Right. I do have a Kelly Green Saquon. I don't believe I've worn it yet. Although now I don't remember if maybe against one of the against because I feel like I wore it against the Giants.
What would be Kelly
Yeah, I did
Green?
wear it against the
What would
Giants.
be Kelly
Okay.
Green and correlate to the Cowboys?
Yeah, nothing correlates with the Cowboys,
Okay.
but it's more the Bears. I have one that correlates against the Bears.
Alright, Kelly Green, Bears.
He's on their team now. He was on our team last year. Slay went there, right? Or did he go to
You
Pittsburgh?
went to Pittsburgh.
Okay, well then never mind. Then I don't have anything against the correlating with either one. So then I already know what I'm doing this Sunday.
DJ Edwards?
No, then never mind. I already know what I'm wearing.
Like, who are we talking about here?
No, I was gonna wear Slay. I figure, well, I want to wear DeJean because I know Jody and because all the people who are coming to the tailgate, a couple of them are wearing DeJean shirts, and I have Cooper DeJean, Kelly Green, and I was gonna wear that one against the Bears.
Sure.
And so I figure I'll wear Slay this Sunday against the Cow, even though it won't have any correlation. But unless I already wore my Herschel Walker this year. That would have been good.
Well, that would be the only one. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't wear them again.
I know, but I like wearing
I
just
got it, I
one.
got it,
Yeah,
I
and
got
so that way I know at the end of the season when I have my great purge and I wash off the season and I wash all the jerseys the day after the Super Bowl. I know I've got 18. Well, what did I have last year? 19, 20, 21, like 22 jerseys last year that I had to wash.
Oh, also, just see the invoices came out today?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk off air.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure that mine matches yours.
Well, I just got a notice saying that they were going to. I didn't get anything that said how much they were going to cost.
You didn't go into the
Oh, I didn't click the link or
Oh,
anything.
yeah, you should go in and see.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, listen, one thing I gotta do is I gotta get a
Hmm.
list of jerseys, and I would love to kinda have a tab, a running arrow
Okay.
tab.
I have one on my phone. I have that list.
Alright, well, then just either screen
Then I could star the one because I just wrote it out like which ones I wanted for each number, and I figured I could just star the ones that I have so we could just know. Okay,
Oh, yeah, 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 do that, and I
yeah,
can just add it, and then I can forward you
yeah,
that whole list, that'll include everything.
yeah. Okay.
So that's one. Uh, what else? Oh, yeah, so we do have to figure out what we're doing officially tailgate-wise for the Bears game. I think personally, I think there would be a way that we could heat up things on the griddle using some sort of there's gotta be something we could, you know,
I feel like we gotta get the ladies involved.
maybe.
I feel like they'll be able to help us with this.
Like, we're just trying to heat up leftovers, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like, alright, so the turkey doesn't necessarily need to be again, I feel like if you and then, Larry.
Well, if somebody has, like, gravy that, like, they have that we can freaking throw on, and that'll just warm up the turkey.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, true. But,
If you heat up
yeah,
the
I feel
gravy
like
and then
there's
pour that
probably,
on the
like, metal
turkey.
containers that we could just have.
Mhm.
We could just put on there, each one kinda has a different thing, and then or maybe
Yeah,
we
so
can get
I guess see if Lauren, because I know Lauren's making the baked corn
we can
for
do we can do the
Thanksgiving.
we can do, like, sterno.
You gotta have the baked corn. Have you ever had our
Baked
my grandmother's
corn?
baked corn.
No.
You ever my
Of
grandmother used to
course.
make it every Thanksgiving. It's fantastic. You'll love it.
Alright, alright.
Alright.
So, maybe we could just do, a
I don't even know if Lauren's going. I have to, like, because I feel like she said that she wanted to go, and then, like,
yeah,
it's like one of those
thought
things
you
where
said
every
she wasn't going to the tailgate.
maybe I did say that. But yeah, I feel like that at some point she said something like she wanted to go,
Maybe. Well,
and
anyway,
so I was
what
yeah.
we should do is get, like, those metal not metal, but, like, the aluminum, like, whatever, where you have the little sterno underneath heated.
Yeah, yeah, I know you're talking about, yeah.
We could do set up those,
Well, that
and
would
that way
actually be fantastic.
we don't have to bring the
Yeah.
griddle. We could
Yeah,
just
just set them up on the
literally everybody
table.
bring
Yeah,
their shit. And
yeah.
listen, even if, like, 4 different people bring, like, leftover turkey, throw them in the one
Dude,
thing, and
whatever,
do
yeah,
one
we'll
for
throw it all
one,
yeah.
or, whatever, and we do the same thing for, like,
I'll tell you what you should do, bring the turkey and have bread and and with the gravy, make hot turkey
well,
sandwiches.
yeah, I mean, obviously, if you wanna do that. But, yeah, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn,
Hell yeah. Yeah,
potatoes, mac and cheese, ham if you're a ham guy, like, whatever.
sure, whatever.
Like, but
I can get down with some ham.
we gotta
Yeah.
start planning this shit now
Mhm.
because we're really gonna have a short amount of time, and we also need to make sure that when we are all at our family's Thanksgiving things, that we
That
make
we get a ton of
a lot of
leftovers.
leftovers.
Yeah. I know I already mentioned something, and my stepmother and Laura was just like, "Well, my plan is to have the leftovers here on Friday," and so I'm just like, "Look, Laura, I love you so much. I'll order
There's
you a
not gonna
pizza
be
on
too many
Saturday."
people left there. So, anyway. Alright, well, listen, we're just rambling. Why don't we get out of here?
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure everybody does want to hear about our tailgating woes.
But anyway, it's Dallas week. It's Kelly Green week. Let's go Birds. Let's go Kelly Green. Let's get another victory here because we're gonna have to keep pace with the the Rams and whomever else.
Well, thankfully, right now we have whole tiebreaker basically where everybody except Seattle,
Yeah,
and I
well,
don't know.
yeah, but they just
Yeah,
lost
would
to
have
the
played.
Rams, so yeah. We'll see. We'll see if that comes into play. But anyway, we're gonna head out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you all so much for vibing with us. Please make sure that you are following us on all socials. Again, Facebook. We're having some issues. God, we're willing. We'll get it fixed for our next episode. But other than that, YouTube, Twitch, X, you name it, wherever you get podcasts, check us out. Do it up. We will see you guys next week. Have a great, rest of the weekend. We'll be here right before.
We'll be here to start your holiday
Oh, we
weekend.
will. Yeah. Are you coming out for?
I don't know. I'm still working on convincing Jody because that be like if we go out Wednesday, it means out Wednesday. Of course, Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving. Black Friday, we're down there at the tailgate in the game.
Rest Saturday
Saturday, we'll be dead.
and come on
Sunday,
for Sunday.
Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? You got Saturday to sleep all day.
Saturday, I probably will sleep all day.
Yeah, same. So anyway, well, whatever. We'll figure all that out later. Eric, you got anything to add before we pop on out of here? Gotta love it. All right, everybody. Go Birds. Have a great weekend. We will see you
Birds.
guys next Wednesday for hopefully another Victory Wednesday edition of the show. So for the Football Smack Talk show, I am Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Kelly Green.